Hello, it's Film Frenzy, and today I'll be reviewing an action comedy that debuted this Christmas weekend. I'm talking about Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan. So, let's get started, shall we, with my first category, direction and visuals. So, for direction and visuals for Jumanji, I'm going to be giving it a perfect 5 out of 5. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with their direction and visuals, so how am I supposed to take off points? Plus, they're really nice, just the visual cinematography of the island is amazing. I love the stark contrast between the high school and then going into the Jumanji game. It was really nice. There's some awesome action sequences, especially the dance fighting with Karen Gillan's character. That was pretty lit. I'm gonna be honest right there. That was probably the high point in the visuals department. But there was just some really awesome action scenes that were just really cool. I just love the look of everything. Like the look of the villain was very cool, and all the characters had these really unique looks. It was kind of like this Breakfast Club, of how they're all different, in detention and stuff, but a lot better than Breakfast Club. Controversy right there. So I think that's why I'm giving it a perfect 5 out of 5 for direction and visuals. My next category I'll be reviewing Jumanji on is acting and character development. So, for acting character development, I'm going to give Jumanji a 4.5 out of 5. And honestly, I think character development is probably this film's strongest suit. Because I came into it thinking it was just going to be a fun, action comedy, kind of like Central Intelligence was. But it was so much more. So I'm going to start with the negative. The half point is taken off for the villain, Bobby Cannavale's villain. They didn't really give him much to do. He was just your average power obsessed villain, which I mean that's decent because that wasn't really the point of the story, to focus on the villain. Some movies are good at that. This one was more about the lead character, so that's fine, but it's still noticeable that it's a weaker villain because he's a great actor. They didn't give him too much to chew on, sadly. But the lead four characters, wow. There's a lot of I love character growth, and there's tons of character growth throughout the movie. First off, it was awesome. I think the two highlight performances were Jack Black and The Rock, because Kevin Hart was doing his thing as always, and he was hilarious. Karen Gillan, she was really good because she was has this awkwardness that was really funny. But I haven't seen her enough to see how different that is from her regular roles. But Jack Black, he was acting like a Valley Girl type. It was just really funny because the character Bethany was in him, so that was hilarious. And then The Rock, he was a total nerd and really scared of everything. So that was also really funny, and they did a great performances, which was really just I mean, this is really high level performances for an action comedy, I must say. Nick Jonas did a great performance too. I thought they really just they knew when to have drama in their performances, and they knew when to have comedy, but they left the drama to resonate. They didn't just go snap back into comedy like Star Wars: The Last Jedi did, by the way. So I think that the acting and character development was great. There was just a lot of growth between as their relationships evolve, those main four characters. And it's kind of like that Breakfast style character development, except Breakfast Club character development. But I felt like Breakfast Club, just their characters didn't move as much throughout the story, which is a big problem, while this one really does. It just really leaves you emotionally impacted by the end of the film. For my final category, I have the story elements, plot, pacing, script, and theme. Okay, so plot, pacing, script, and theme is the most important category for a film, in my opinion. And I'll be giving Jumanji a perfect 5 out of 5. That's right. Jumanji's gotten two perfect 5 out of 5s in the categories, which is really impressive. So I'll start with the plot. So right when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this is such a good idea. Because I'm tired of all these crappy reboots, or just redoing the same thing but maybe not as good. Like Spider-Man Homecoming, I was like, eh. But this, if they make reboots or remakes like this from now on in Hollywood, make all the reboots you want, because this was so nice. Because it's still in the same universe as Alan Parrish, and they even allude to him a couple times. But it's a complete re-envision of the story, and it becomes a coming of age Jumanji film, and it's very different from the original, which was really nice to see. And I just love the idea of going into the video game and stuff. And I thought it was really clever, and I saw the trailer and I was like, this is one of the best trailers I've seen. Please tell me the movie lives up to the trailer. And thank God it did. The plot was really great. The pacing, here's just how good the pacing was. It was a 2-hour movie. It felt like it was an hour, and like there was perfect pacing throughout. Maybe you could say it's formulaic, but the formula works. I don't really care. It had a nice plot, so the pacing, I thought it worked out perfectly. Like sometimes movies like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, like that was 2.5 hours. It felt like it was about 3.5 because the pacing was so bad. This was 2 hours and it felt like one, so that's really good there. Then there's the script. Oh my god, this is just hilarious. So first off, the humor. So I have this like these movies that are just like an elite class of like humor that are just so laugh out loud you can watch over and over again, just constant laughs. And this I think I'm gonna have to put up there like that top 10 funniest films. So this joins the likes of like My Cousin Vinny, Blades of Glory, Blazing Fury, Superbad, Popstar, Dodgeball, like the funniest movies I've ever seen. That's great. So Jumanji gets that right there. I would say about 99% of the jokes hit, which is insane for a film with that many jokes. And then for like the drama, they really know like how to leave their drama resonating. I thought that was a problem with Thor Ragnarok. They went right back into the comedy. This, like the dramatic stuff has like impacts on the characters. They knew how to write the characters in a realistic manner, or like they're really scared of stuff. Like when characters get down to one life and stuff in the game, they're like really scared to death. And like they're not gonna just shy away from it and just be like, oh, let's just tell more jokes. They go out into the drama, and that's really impressive on the script right there. Amazing script. I want to see this nominated for Best Original Screenplay so bad. I know it won't be, but it deserves it so much. And then finally, the theme. The theme was actually really good, and it was just kind of like about like it wasn't too subtle, but it wasn't too obvious either. It was about how like making the best time use of your one life, because like in the video game they have 3 lives, but in real life they only have one, and you have to use it the best. You can't just shy away and just like try to remain safe. You have to live life and take risks. And it was just sensational. Like this is how you make an action comedy. You tie in coming of age, you tie in romance, you tie in action, you tie in humor, and you tie in a beautiful theme. This movie you must see in theaters. I'm going to give it a perfect 5 stars for my overall. This is one of the best films of 2017. Some people are like, oh, it's just your average action comedy that's really funny, so that's why I got good reviews. I think otherwise. This is better than lots of this Oscar bait for this year. I would love to see it nominated for Oscars. Obviously, it won't be, but it is sensational, so please see it in theaters. I've got my ticket stub right here. See it with friends. That's who I saw it with. It's really fun to just like laugh with them at the movie. Or you can see it with family. That's really fun. See it on a date. It's a perfect date movie. See it with your grandparents. Well, maybe not see it with your grandparents, but just you can see it with anybody you want almost. And it's just awesome. So go see it. Thank you for watching. Check out other reviews and rankings on my channel. Stay tuned for my top 10 movies of 2017 coming out early January. See you guys later from Film Frenzy. Bye.